like everyone's freaking out.
Exactly. So we're here to kind of like sift through all that noise and see if we can figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, unpack it all. You know, it is a bit like looking into a pressure cooker, though, isn't it?
Totally.
You've got all these individual stories bubbling up. Each one's like a little piece of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
What I find really interesting, though, is the diversity of experiences. You know?
Right.
We've got these like self-taught veterans, people with decades of experience hitting roadblocks.
Yeah.
And then you've got these fresh grads landing multiple offers.
That's wild.
It makes you think that it's not just like a simple case of the market is bad.
Right.
There's something else going on, something more nuanced.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's not even just about experience levels either, right?
Right.
There's this one commenter who's been in the industry for like 20 years.
Wow.
And they're talking about sending out almost 600 applications
600.
before finally landing a senior role.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, you've got someone else with a similar background who can't even get past the automated resume filters.
Ugh. Those things are brutal.
It's like there are two completely different realities happening at the same time.
That's such a good point. And it raises this whole question about technology's role in the job search process, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like you've got these applicant tracking systems or ATS.
Right.
They're supposed to streamline things, make it easier.
Right.
But I have to wonder if they're actually creating a bottleneck.
Especially for those experienced professionals. You know?
Totally. Especially for them, their resumes don't fit neatly into the algorithm.
It's almost ironic, right?
It is.
The tech industry is built on innovation and disruption. But the tools they're using to find talent seem stuck in the past.
It's so true.
It could be a major reason for all this anxiety we're seeing in the thread.
Absolutely. And, you know, this feeling of being stuck, it goes beyond the job search, too.
Really?
Yeah, there's this sense that the traditional path to success in tech.
Right. You know, learn to code,
Yeah.
get the high-paying job, climb the ladder.
Yeah, that whole thing, it's not as straightforward as it used to be.
Things have changed.
Skills that were in high demand a few years ago are evolving so fast,
Right.
and some people are getting left behind.
Yeah, there's this one commenter who says it pretty bluntly. The days of blindly grinding leak code and expecting a FAANG job are over.
Ooh.
It's not enough to just know how to code anymore. You need something more.
We need that edge, something to set you apart.
Especially with AI looming on the horizon.
Exactly. And that brings us to a really key insight from this thread.
Okay, what's that?
We're seeing this shift from general coding skills to specialized expertise.
Oh.
It's not just about writing code. It's about applying that code to solve specific problems in specific domains.
So you're saying it's not enough to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
You need to be a master of something specific.
Exactly. You mentioned that commenter who landed a job because of their deep knowledge of a particular optimization problem.
Right.
That's a perfect example.
So what about this whole AI thing then?
Ah, yes. The elephant in the room.
Is it friend or foe?
Well, the thread is pretty divided.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But honestly, the anxiety around AI is understandable.
For sure.
I mean, automation has always been a disruptor.
Right.
And AI is just growing at this crazy pace.
It's scary.
It's natural to worry about jobs disappearing, especially when you see those headlines about AI writing code or creating art.
Oh yeah, those are everywhere.
But I think it's important to remember that technology has always created new opportunities alongside the ones it disrupts.
It's like the classic example of the automobile. It put blacksmiths and carriage makers out of business.
Right.
But it also created entirely new industries and jobs.
That's the thing. And I think we're in a similar transition period with AI.
So some jobs will be automated,
Inevitably.
but new roles will emerge that we haven't even thought of yet.
Exactly. The key is to be adaptable.
Okay.
Focus on developing skills that are difficult for AI to replicate.
Right.
And start seeing AI as a potential partner, not a competitor.
So it's not humans versus AI.
Nope.
It's humans and AI working together.
That's the idea. I like that.
Me too. It does make you think about education, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is the current system really preparing people for this new landscape?
Right, because a lot of commenters seem to think it's failing them.
Yeah, there's definitely a feeling that traditional education needs to evolve.
Absolutely. There's a growing disconnect between what's taught in classrooms and what's needed in the real world.
Yeah, like too much theory, not enough practical application.
Exactly. Too much emphasis on abstract concepts, not enough on problem solving or working with emerging technologies like AI.
One commenter even said that universities are churning out graduates with outdated skill sets.
Oh, wow.
They felt like their degree didn't prepare them for the realities of the modern tech industry.
And a lot of people agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
There's this real hunger for hands-on experience, for mentorships, for educational pathways that align with the industry's demands.
It's not just about learning the technical skills.
Right.
It's about developing a mindset of continuous learning and adaptation. So it's not just what you know,
Nope.
it's how you learn and how you adapt.
Exactly. It's a pretty daunting challenge.
Yeah, especially with this whole global dimension added to the mix.
Oh, yeah. Globalization definitely adds another layer of complexity.
The thread is full of anxieties about offshoring and competition from cheaper labor markets.
It's a major force shaping the tech landscape, and it's fueling those anxieties.
Companies can tap into a global talent pool now, often at a lower cost.
And with remote work, geographic boundaries are becoming less relevant.
Yeah, one commenter said, "My job was outsourced to India last year. Now I'm competing with developers from all over the world for remote gigs."
That's the reality for a lot of tech workers.
It's a tough situation.
It is. It's complex. There are no easy answers.
Right.
On one hand, globalization can be good for developing countries.
Right. Creates opportunities for talented individuals regardless of location.
Exactly. But on the other hand, it can lead to job displacement and wage suppression in developed countries.
Which is what's fueling the anxiety we're seeing.
Right.
So it's a double-edged sword.
It is, and it's adding to the challenge.
It feels like those traditional notions of job security, career paths, even geographical stability are being upended.
Absolutely. And that's why it's more important than ever to focus on building a unique skill set, embracing lifelong learning, and developing a global mindset.
The tech industry is evolving so quickly.
It's unprecedented. The people who can adapt to this new reality will be the ones who thrive.
So it's not about clinging to the old ways.
No.
It's about embracing the change and forging a new path forward.
Exactly. And that's what we'll explore more deeply as we continue this deep dive into the Hacker News thread.
Sound good.
We'll look at specific skills in demand, the strategies people are using, and the potential opportunities emerging amidst all this disruption.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay with us. Welcome back to the deep dive.
Yeah.
As we dig deeper into this thread,
Yeah.
one topic that keeps popping up is education.
Yeah. The role of education in tech.
Right, and how it's changing.
There's definitely this sense of disillusionment with the traditional path.
You think so?
Yeah, like you've got this one commenter, self-taught developer,
Okay.
20 years of experience.
Wow.
And they're wondering if not having a formal CS degree is holding them back now.
Interesting.
And then you've got folks with Ivy League degrees.
Right.
Struggling to even get in interviews.
It's like the old rules don't apply anymore.
Yeah, it's like the playbook's been thrown out.
What I find fascinating is that you see anxieties on both ends of the spectrum.
Right.
It suggests there is a deeper issue here than just the value of a degree.
Yeah, for sure.
Several commenters point out this disconnect
Oh,
between what's taught in academia and what's needed in the real world.
Right, like too much theory, not enough practical experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's one comment that really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
This person mentors CS grads,
Okay.
and they were shocked by their lack of basic coding skills.
Oh,
They said even simple questions about data structures were met with blank stares.
that's concerning.
It is. It makes you wonder if universities are focusing on the wrong things.
Right, are they prioritizing theory over practical skills?
And are they keeping up with the pace of change,
Yeah, like AI is everywhere now.
It really is. Are computer science programs adapting fast enough?
That's a good question.
Are they teaching students how to not just code,
But also,
but also to understand the ethical implications of AI, to analyze data effectively, to work alongside these intelligent systems?
it's like we're training people to use a typewriter when everyone's moved on to voice-activated word processors.
That's a great analogy.
I try.
So the commenters are craving something more,
Yeah, I agree.
more hands-on projects, mentorships, exposure to real-world challenges.
Yeah, make it practical.
Right. It's not enough to just understand the theory behind an algorithm.
Right.
You need to know how to apply that knowledge to build something tangible, something that solves a problem.
So it's not just about the hard skills.
No,
It's about the soft skills, too.
absolutely.
The critical thinking, the problem solving, the collaboration,
All of that, it's what sets you apart.
whether you have a degree or not.
Right. It doesn't matter what programming language, if you can't think critically.
And those are the skills that AI can't replicate.
Exactly.
Machines are great at processing information and following instructions,
Right.
but they struggle with empathy, intuition, nuanced judgment.
That's where humans excel.
This reminds me of that commenter who switched from web development to game design.
Oh, yeah. What about them?
They realized their passion wasn't just about coding. It was about creating engaging experiences. It's a great example of adapting, leveraging transferable skills, and following your interests.
That's a great point. Even in a tough market, focusing on your strengths and passions can lead to unexpected opportunities.
It's about recognizing that your career path doesn't have to be linear.
And that's okay.
Right. It's about being open to new possibilities
Yeah.
and embracing the unknown.
Exactly. So instead of fearing change,
You should be embracing it.
yeah, it's a bit of a mindset shift.
For sure.
It requires self-awareness,
Oh,
like understanding your strengths, what you're passionate about, what problems you want to solve.
and those things can guide you.
They can guide you through this evolving landscape. And it's not a one-time thing.
Right.
It's an ongoing process of reflecting and adjusting.
Okay, so we've talked about education, this adaptable mindset.
Yeah.
But what about AI?
Oh boy.
The big question.
The elephant in the room.
People are anxious about job displacement,
Understandably so.
but there are also some glimmers of hope.
Right. Some people see potential for new opportunities.
How do we reconcile those two perspectives?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah,
And I don't think there's an easy answer.
right.
AI is powerful. It's already changing how we work.
Yeah.
But whether it's good or bad for the job market is still up for debate.
One commenter said, AI is coming for your jobs, whether you like it or not.
A bit dramatic, but
Yeah. But another commenter said, AI will just augment human capabilities,
right.
free us from mundane tasks, and let us focus on creative and strategic work.
I think there's truth in both perspectives.
Yeah.
The key is to understand how AI is evolving to see where it can enhance our work.
And adapt our skills accordingly.
Exactly. So instead of fearing AI,
We should be learning to use it to our advantage.
I think so.
Okay.
That means understanding how it works, its limitations, its potential biases.
Right.
And it means focusing on those uniquely human skills that are hard to automate.
Like what?
Critical thinking, complex problem solving, emotional intelligence, connecting with others on a deeper level.
So AI is a tool. It can be used for good or bad.
Exactly.
And it's up to us to guide its development and use it ethically and responsibly.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And that brings us to another important aspect of navigating this landscape.
Okay.
Building a strong personal brand.
Oh, interesting.
In a world where algorithms are filtering and shaping our online experiences,
Right.
it's crucial to stand out and showcase your unique value.
I see several commenters talking about LinkedIn profiles, open source projects, portfolios of work.
Yeah, it's all about creating a digital footprint that accurately reflects who you are.
What you can do, what you're passionate about.
Exactly. It's about crafting a narrative that resonates with potential employers.
It's like marketing yourself.
It is just like a company would market a product.
So you have to adapt your strategy as the market changes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, it starts with identifying your core strengths and values.
Okay.
What are you uniquely good at? What are you passionate about? What problems do you want to solve?
Right. Know yourself.
Exactly. Then you can build a brand that reflects those values.
One commenter recommends focusing on a specific niche.
Oh, yeah, that's a good strategy.
They say becoming an expert in a particular area makes you more visible and desirable.
It's about becoming the go-to person for a specific skill set.
The one companies can't find anywhere else.
Right, and it doesn't have to be something huge.
Okay.
It could be as simple as being the expert on a certain type of database or a specific cloud platform.
So find your lane and own it.
I like that. And once you've found your niche, you can start building your brand around it.
Okay.
Creating content, showcasing your expertise, speaking at conferences, contributing to open source projects.
Showing the world what you know and what you're passionate about.
Exactly. Make it easy for people to find you and understand what you're all about.
But it's not just about the technical skills, right?
No.
It's also about highlighting those soft skills.
Absolutely.
Communication, problem solving, teamwork.
All of it, those are the qualities that make you valuable to any organization.
Regardless of the technology you're using.
Exactly. It's about painting a complete picture of yourself, not just as a coder, but as a well-rounded individual.
Someone who can contribute to a team and solve real-world problems.
I like that. And remember, it's an ongoing process.
Oh, right.
Because the tech landscape keeps evolving.
Yeah.
You need to be constantly learning, adapting, refining your personal brand to stay relevant and appealing.
So it's not a static image.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic and evolving presence that reflects your growth.
Exactly. Your personal brand is a reflection of who you are and what you stand for.
It's about showcasing your unique value and attracting the right opportunities.
Opportunities that align with your passions and goals.
It's a powerful concept,
It is.
and it's clearly resonating with the people in this thread.
Yeah, they're realizing that in this competitive job market, skills are enough.
You need to know how to market yourself,
You need to stand out.
and that's what we'll be exploring more deeply as we move into the final part of our deep dive.
We'll look at practical strategies for job searching tips for networking and ways to leverage your personal brand to land those opportunities you're looking for.
Sounds good.
Stay tuned.
All right, so welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground,
Yeah, we have.
from AI and globalization to education and personal branding.
Lots to think about.
Now let's get practical.
All right, let's do it.
What are some tangible strategies people can use to navigate this job market?
Yeah, how do you actually land that dream job?
Exactly. Well, one thing that keeps coming up in this thread
Yeah.
is the sheer volume of applications.
It's crazy.
Like one commenter mentioned sending out almost 600
600.
before even getting a response.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the job search itself has become a full-time job.
That's a lot of work.
Just thinking about it makes me tired. 600 applications.
I know, right?
That's a ton of resumes and cover letters to tailor.
And all the time spent on job boards and networking.
It's overwhelming.
And that's exactly what several commenters emphasize.
What's that?
The need for structure and discipline.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just browse job boards and hope for the best.
So you need a plan.
You need a strategy.
Treat it like a project.
Exactly. Set clear goals and milestones.
Break it down.
One commenter suggests setting daily or weekly targets,
Oh, like
a certain number of applications to send out, connections to make on LinkedIn, hours dedicated to research.
so you're not just aimlessly scrolling through job postings.
Right.
Make it manageable,
I bet that helps with motivation too.
especially when you're facing rejection after rejection.
Oh yeah, rejection, that's the tough part.
It is, but there were some really good tips in the thread about how to handle it.
Okay, like what?
Well, it's easy to get discouraged.
Yeah. You start to feel like you're not good enough.
But the key is to reframe it as a learning opportunity.
Okay.
One commenter said they see each rejection as feedback.
Interesting.
It might sting, but it can also help you see where you can improve.
Your resume, your interview skills, your overall approach.
It's all about building resilience. The tech industry is definitely competitive.
It is, setbacks are going to happen.
So how you bounce back from those setbacks is what matters.
Exactly. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
And speaking of marathons,
Yeah.
networking plays a big role
Huge role. It's not just who you know, it's who knows you.
in what you can do.
This thread is full of stories about people landing jobs through connections, referrals, word of mouth,
One person said every job they've ever gotten came through networking.
not through applications.
Exactly. It shows you how important it is to build those relationships.
Go to industry events, stay active in online communities.
But it's not just about asking for favors.
Yeah. It's about having genuine conversations, sharing knowledge, offering help to others.
So be a valuable member of the community.
Exactly. Build a reputation as someone who's helpful, insightful, passionate.
It's about building those relationships based on mutual respect and shared interests.
Exactly. And those relationships, they can pay off in unexpected ways.
Oh, yeah?
You might not get a job directly from a contact, but you might gain valuable insights. Learn about hidden opportunities, get introduced to the right person.
So it's like planting seeds.
It is. You nurture those connections over time. You never know when they might sprout.
Okay, so we've talked about structure, resilience, networking.
Yeah, what else?
What about remote work?
Ah, yes, the big debate.
A lot of companies embraced remote work during the pandemic,
They had to.
but now we're seeing a shift back to the office.
Some companies are even mandating it.
It's causing a lot of anxiety for people who prefer remote work.
For sure.
Do they limit their search to remote positions?
Or compromise and consider hybrid roles.
It's a tough choice.
It really depends on your individual needs and priorities.
No.
If remote work is non-negotiable,
Yeah.
then you might need to be more selective in your search.
But that could mean fewer options.
It could, and you might miss out on some good opportunities.
Right. There's a commenter who moved from Australia to the UK,
Okay.
and they found a fully remote contract within a couple of months.
Wow, that's impressive.
But they said their specific skill set and willingness to work across time zones probably helped.
It shows that remote work isn't a one-size-fits-all solution.
Yeah. It takes flexibility, adaptability, and sometimes a bit of luck.
So what's the advice then for someone who's struggling with this decision?
Good question.
Be honest with yourself about what you need and what's important to you.
Okay.
If you absolutely need to be fully remote, be prepared to put in the extra effort.
Okay.
Network with remote-first companies, highlight your remote work experience. Be upfront about your expectations during interviews.
And if you're open to hybrid roles,
Yeah.
make sure you clarify the details with the company.
Absolutely. Like, what's the split between in-office and remote?
Are there specific days you need to be in the office?
Iron out those details up front to avoid any surprises later on.
And no matter what your stance is on remote work,
Yeah,
being able to work effectively in a distributed team is becoming more and more valuable.
that's so true.
So highlight those skills on your resume.
Your communication skills, your ability to collaborate remotely, your proficiency with online tools.
Show them you can be productive and engaged no matter where you are.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I think the biggest one is that the tech industry is constantly changing.
Always evolving.
What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
That's so true.
So embrace continuous learning, be adaptable, stay curious,
And specialize.
right? Develop deep expertise in a niche area that makes you stand out.
And don't forget about your personal brand.
Craft that compelling narrative that showcases your skills and your passions.
Make yourself memorable.
And treat the job search like a job itself.
Be organized, set goals, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Network, strategically build relationships, and remember that every interaction is a chance to learn.
And embrace the future of work.
AI is here to stay.
It's going to keep changing the landscape.
Instead of fearing it, learn how to use it to your advantage.
Develop those uniquely human skills that can't be automated.
And focus on the areas where humans and machines can work together.
To achieve amazing things.
The tech industry might be turbulent right now,
Yeah, it's a bit of a roller coaster.
but it's also full of exciting possibilities.
For those who embrace the change, hone their skills, and adapt to this new reality.
Stay curious, stay resilient, and never stop learning.
Couldn't have said it better myself.